Today we're going to look at class breakdown reports. Our main goals today are to find out the main elements, the purpose behind these, and then see if we can predict how many blocks of 10 RTI points your class will span. The great thing about the class breakdown reports is that it displays the teacher's class data by subject and horizontally by RIT for current test terms. It also displays a student's status data. Today we're going to take a look at the web-based map. To access the class breakdown report, go to the NWEA homepage and then find Map Reports over on the left-hand side. This is going to be your main resource for reports. Once you get to the Reports page, you can go to Map Reports and you'll see several options. We're going to select Class Breakdown Reports. You'll also find a lot of other resources in the Information Center. If we move forward into the class breakdown reports, you're going to find breakdown in three different ways. The first way we're going to look at is by the RIT score, and this is called the RIT report. You'll see here where you can make that selection, and we are selecting class breakdown by RIT. You can see this is for each of the subject areas: mathematics, reading, language usage, and science. We are going to take a look at reading for our work today. As we look at the reading score, we can see the overall RIT scores: less than 191, 191 to 200, 201 to 210, 211 to 220, and over 221. We can see the students broken down within each of those score ranges with their individual scores listed within that range. The second way we can look at reports is class breakdown by goal. As we start to look at goals here, in this case reading, we are going to look specifically at literature, informational text, and found skills vocabulary. We can look at these again based on the RIT goal score. Specifically in literature, we can take a look at students falling in each of these categories. Based on these numbers, on the RIT scores, we go to the Descartes, a continuum of learning, and we can find the RIT score range. In this case, 201 to 210. We want to match up the RIT scores in this area, which is reading, and the goal, which is literature, based on the RIT scores. In this case, 201 to 210. We also want to be sure and take note of those below and also those above. Okay, the third way we can access information through the class breakdown report is by projected proficiency. Again, you can see this here in your choice menu. You can see this broken down by partially proficient, proficient, or advanced for mathematics and reading. Alright, so to take a look at this information and figure out how we can take this data to enhance our instruction, we're going to use this worksheet as framework. So using the information you have on your screen in front of you, we are going to fill out the worksheet that you have. The first thing we want to do is identify a content area and a standard concept. Remember, what we're looking at today for the content area is reading, and the concept is plot. Okay. Second, we want to identify the related goal area in the Descartes. In this case, it's literature. So as we look on the report that's titled Class Breakdown by Goal, we're going to fill in the first column on the left. Okay. So remember, class breakdown by goal. We're going to find the range of RIT scores for the goal area. The grade level mean RIT in this case is 207.1, so that falls in the range of 201 to 210. We want to determine the middle range in that goal area and the students identified in that area. We also want to take note of those above and those below. Those in green are below. Those marked in blue are above. So with that information, we can go back to our worksheet and fill in this information. Our overall RIT score range is 171 to 221. We know our middle score range of 201 to 210 includes 3 students, including DE, MM, and JS. So we'll include those in this area. We also want to fill in the students in the below range of 171 to 200. These include DN, NI, AE, ZN, and TE. In the above score range, 211 to 221 and above, we have R, DW, and KS. Once we have the students noted, we can go to the Descartes for reading and literature and find the skills for these specific learning statements. Remember, our Descartes again is noted by the area, the goal, the RIT score. And remember, we are looking 201 to 210. So step 6 is to choose a learning statement related to the concept for each range. So in 201 to 210, we are going to identify skills and concepts needed to develop. We'll do the same thing for the lower group and the same thing for the upper group. Then we'll add these to our framework for each of these levels. The last thing to do is add specific student activities or instructional strategies that we want to include and to assess. This will be step 7 as we target these. So depending on your school, we all have different grade level curriculum that we will use to be sure these match to the Descartes. This is an example of a completed framework. You can see the above score range, the middle score range, and the below score range. You can see the skills, so the learning skills selected from the Descartes, and then you can also see very specific student activities and instructional strategies. We also want to make sure we have a specific mode of assessment to see if students mastered this concept.